Let's say you have unlimited money, which must be nice, and you want to give as much as you can to help one party's candidate for president. Here's how much you can legally give. $7,000 directly to the campaign, $44,300 to the candidate's national party, $10,000 to each of that party's state parties, so 50 plus DC, and $132,900 to each of the national party's 3 additional accounts for their rent, convention, and legal fees, for a total of $960,000. And if that's not enough for you, you can give another $44,300 to the party's group that helps its U.S. House races, another $44,300 to the group that helps its Senate races, and an additional $132,900 to each of those groups' rent accounts and legal accounts, for a grand total of $1,580,200. All of this money goes directly to a campaign or political party. In other words, I'm not including super PACs or 501c4 groups, which are also called dark money. Let's say 1.6 million isn't enough. You're a billionaire. Well, you're in luck because there are ways to give with no limits. One, as I've mentioned, is a super PAC. Unlike a regular PAC that collects and gives money to candidates with limits, a super PAC can raise and spend unlimited money as long as it does not coordinate that spending with a candidate or campaign. The Supreme Court's logic in allowing this is that money is speech, and if you want to spend $1 billion on TV ads saying why your candidate is good and another one is bad, you should be allowed to do that.
What the court said was that if money is given to an independent spending group, then there's no possibility of corruption, so there can't be any limits on how much money goes into these political committees. They're still political committees, they still have to disclose to us, but there are no limits on amounts, and they're allowed to accept labor union and corporate contributions, which candidates and party committees are not.
In 2020, super PACs raised more than $2 billion and spent half of that, leaving a lot of money for future elections. And 501c4 groups can also raise and spend unlimited amounts as long as political activity is not their primary purpose. C4s, as they're known, are also nonprofits, which means they don't pay taxes. And they're called dark money groups because they don't have to disclose their donors. And because, let's be honest, it sounds cool and mysterious.
How are you able to know if somebody is donating money who legally shouldn't be if they're not disclosing who gives them money?
That does raise a serious problem in the way the whole campaign finance system is set up now, because these 501c organizations are generally corporations. So they're not allowed to give directly to candidates or party committees. They can give to super PACs. We probably could go further in trying to ensure the kind of transparency that I think the American people really deserve. They deserve to know where the money's coming from and where the money's going and who is trying to influence their politics.